Hello and welcome to the July 10th episode of the Falcon Fly By. I'm your host, Doc, for Falcon Kydex Tech and Falcon Battle Systems, LLC. And as we get this important episode of the Falcon Fly By off, the first thing we got to do is give a big shout out to our sponsors, which is Multimold Guns up in Troy, Michigan. Tony, I want to say a big thanks to you, brother. They have not let us down. They just provide a very nice, superior product and great price point for their molds. So very impressive. I'm very impressed. We have literally started switching out a lot of our blue gun molds for the Multimold mold guns for Kydex. So check them out, multimoldguns.com. They do a lot more than just guns as well. The mold guns, they do a lot of different stuff. Pattern Kydex. The 2.0 wallet, Kydex wallets with the money clip on the back. Just a lot of cool stuff, so definitely check them out. And then also we have Grey Wolf Tactical Combat down in Florida. They're an up-and-coming airsoft retailer. They don't have their brick and mortar store up yet, but they are getting everything up online. They go to a lot of events, a lot of rec games, things of that nature to get their name out there, to build that relationship with the community. Definitely check them out. And you can look for either, I believe it's Paul Davis or Chris Palmer are the two owners for Grey Wolf Tactical Combat. So be sure to check them out. So those are our two sponsors, which we always give thanks for those guys who, take care of us and they're able to hook us up when we need them to. So big shout out to them. Definitely go to their page, give them a like, see if they can help you out. Multimold Guns has been around for a while. So I think one of my very first Multimold Guns I ever ordered was a, excuse me, a Glock. Can't remember which one it was, but to this day they haven't failed me. If I have by chance one of their molds break, perfect example was I had my double Glock mag mold break. I let Tony know about it, turned around, shipped me out the new one, and I'm shipping him back the broken one. So great customer service as well. So definitely check out both those, Multimold Guns and Grey Wolf Tactical Combat. Now on to the airsoft side of things that we always do. We want to get out a little bit of airsoft news for you guys, and I'm sorry if I seem like I'm tilted here. I think my tripod is finally starting to die on me, so might have to get a new one. So what we have coming up, first things first, is the scheduled walk-on game out at Georgia Airsoft in Winterville, Georgia. This is the field that will be hosting our game, Operation Black Dagger. And, big thanks to them. I've been talking back and forth through email and through Instant Messenger with the owner. And I think it was last week, this week, and the past 2 weeks, and I think this weekend as well. They're doing some amazing field upgrade work. So I'm really looking forward to it when I go out there on the 23rd, which is their game. It starts at 11 on Saturday, July 23rd. I'm just looking at it right here. Let me go into it. Now, I'm running two devices. Normally, we're out in the shop. I'm sweating my butt off, and we're having this thing. But, with as hot as it's been lately, the Kydex hours have been going later into the night, starting a little bit later to try to avoid some of the heat and humidity. So tonight we decided, we're going to do this in the house. Makes more sense. So what I have here is their scheduled walk-on game July 23rd. And it's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They do have a great field. If you go to their website, go to their Facebook page and then go right from there to their website and look at the field. This really nice field. Again, it's in Winterville, Georgia. And it's a $15 field fee. It's all day long play. So, they do have rental guns available. And trust me, you will not be left wanting more. So, definitely get out there, check that field out, give them some love. Go to their Facebook page, give them a like, and definitely hit them up if you can. So, the next one we have, let me go back here into my events. And we don't just promote events here in the local region within Georgia, Tennessee, and that stuff. If you guys have an event coming up, let us know. We'll get it out there. We'll plug it on our show. so that way you can get some more exposure, because the community is not just a couple fields, and it's not states keep to their own. Through my experience and experience of others, we find that event that we really like out of state, and we go to it, and we bring our buddies with us. We have a great time. If it's a full weekend event, we get out there and just really, really enjoy ourselves. So we try to promote all different events through all regions. We even go as far up our East Coast here, and we have Night Ops 2, which is going to be hosted at Robin Hood Paintball. This event is also being put on by East Coast Airsoft. They are one of our sponsors for Operation Black Dagger. So you definitely want to check them out as well. Go to Facebook, check them out. When I first found these guys, they had ordered banger pouches from us, and they were in a small store. Matt just recently put up a video showing the new storefront. So really nice store, a lot of gear, a lot of airsoft guns. He has a wall for Polar Star from what I saw in there. I mean, he's got a huge amount of stuff for gear and uniforms, and pistols as well. He's got the whole gambit. And for you paintball players, he's also got paintball gear in there as well too that I saw in his little video. So definitely go to their Facebook page and check them out. And their page is, you look up East Coast Airsoft, and you should be able to find them there. But this game is on July 23rd, go figure. Starts at 6 p.m., ends at 12 midnight. And it is going to be held at, like I said, Robin Hood Paintball. East Coast Airsoft does a lot of events out there on that field, a lot of rec games and things of that nature, so it's kind of like their home field. From what I saw, registration admin fee is $25 for admission. Registration is going to start, it looks like it's going to go from 6 p.m. to 7. They have their safety brief 7 to 7:30, and then from 7:30 there on, night gameplay. Falcon Kydex, again, we're donating probably 3 to 4 of our player packs for this event. We like sponsoring this event. It's fun for those guys out there, and I personally like the night play for nighttime. I know a lot of guys have their MVGs and things like that, but I like going out there and just having a good time at night. But $25 night play, looks like it's going to be a good time again, so definitely check them out July 23rd if you're in the area. Get out there and have a good time with that. Let's see here. Like I said, I'm using my device here. So right away there, I don't have on my event like list any other airsoft games going on. But come August 19th through the 21st, we have Operation Black Dagger, and again, it's going to be out at Georgia Airsoft there in Winterville, Georgia. And yeah, I know the field moved and it might be a little further, but trust me, this is going to be a great airsoft weekend. Georgia Airsoft does have rental guns, so they're going to be taking care of the rental side of things. We're going to have 2 vendors out there vending. We'll have Airsoft Junkies. We'll also have Grey Wolf Tactical Combat as well out of Florida. They're going to be out there vending. We're going to have raffle prizes coming from East Coast Airsoft, BG Airsoft, Nola Gay. We also have Ryan Flowers from GlackTac is donating one of his Mandalorian / tactical helmet combinations that he's pretty much world famous for now. And he'll be sending one of those to us as well for the raffle. And one thing that happened today is the registration price. Now, we haven't put an end date on this, so we might carry it all the way to the 23rd. Who knows? Or until all the tickets out. But we have dropped the registration price by $10. So now it's $40 registration. And this is for a whole weekend worth of airsoft. Come out Friday, get set up, meet myself and a few other guys out there at Georgia Airsoft if you've never been out there. I know P90 Girl is going to be out there. And I found out that Jen Gibson, who is the new CO for I want to say the Dinesh Army. I could be wrong. I don't have Andrew on, so Andrew's not able to, fill me in here. Normally I have a bunch of comments rolling up by now. But she is known as Tactical Pigtails. So I believe that's her call sign. And her husband as well. They're coming out of Tennessee. They are going to be the CO and XO. They're replacing Airsoft Hasmin or the AK Assassin. She had some personal issues coming up. Her and I talked about it. I said, hey, no worries. I plan on doing this event every year. I know P90 Girl was looking to square off against her in the command role, so I can sense a little bit of rivalry going on there, and we definitely want to hopefully next year bring them together and let them sort things out on the battlefield. So with that, we do have a new CO and XO in place. Tickets are still available. We are still, I would say we get 1 to 2 people registering every day. I know how Airsoft is out here. Everybody waits till the last minute. And, oh, there he is. Hey, Andrew. He's finally got on there. Tickets are still available. Come on out. Have a great time. Support this field, Georgia Airsoft, this little gem. Hopefully we can turn this field into something much bigger and make it, I'm not saying that it's not big in its own right, but let's make it even bigger. Let's turn this into, hopefully with the continued use and success of events like this, we can turn it into a premier airsoft field that can host these type of events. So I know there are people asking me about the map and things of that nature. Like I said, guys, they are doing more upgrades. They are building more. They're getting this field really primed and ready, which is really cool. So once that gets done, we'll have a new official map. I know they're working on a rudimentary map that I can get out there so you guys kind of have an idea of the AO. But when I go out there on the 23rd, I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures. I might even broadcast live that day while I'm there as I'm walking the field. I do know they have a game going on, so that will dictate how much I'm able to get out onto the field and check things out. But definitely be looking for the new map. And like I said, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to get pictures of the areas and kind of give you a little bit of a description of each of the play areas. But from everything that I've seen online and the pictures of the field and some of the people I've talked to that have played on that field, awesome. So then we go from that event and we go right into Operation Broken Arrow 2, which is August 26th through the 28th. And again, Falcon Kydex Tech will be there. We're going to try to vend. We're going to try to work on orders out there on the field. However, I've been tasked with being the CO for this event for the green side, so I'm looking forward to that. But this event, again, it's at the Tar Heel Missile Factory, our missile plant there in Burlington, North Carolina. It's going to be another awesome event. And remember, when you sign up for Operation Black Dagger, you save $10 on your registration fee for Operation Broken Arrow. So it's like right now you're saving money with Operation Black Dagger because we dropped the price, and you're going to save $10 on your registration fee with Operation Broken Arrow 2 when you register for that event because you've registered for the previous weekend's event. So we got a lot of really good events coming up back to back to back. So let me see here. So again, like I said, it's 26th through the 28th. It's gonna, I believe our gates open at 4 p.m. on the 26th, but Falcon Kydex will be out there early. We like to get out there, set up our shop, get us all set up and ready to go. And so that way we can serve you guys. And like I said, you guys come on Friday. A lot of you guys I met last time. Hopefully it'll be pretty much the same crowd. We'll have more tack knives out there. You guys cleaned us out of our tack knives, so we'll have more of those out there with us. Excuse me. We'll have more choices for Kydex. We even got some custom prints that you guys can choose from to get holsters and mag pouches and things like that made. And we're definitely looking in for this. And from what I'm seeing right now, tickets, let me load up here. They're, I believe they're $85 for registration for the weekend here. But I'll be able to tell you for sure. Actually, I'm looking at so there's going to be training classes, it looks like, on Friday. Those are $624 a piece, and I think that has tax on it. And what I'm looking at right now is the tickets right now are $90.16, so I believe early bird registration has ended. But again, if you register for Black Dagger and you plan on going to this event as well, you're going to save $10, so your registration will drop by 10. So that's a pretty cool deal all the way around. And it looks like it's for both teams are set up the same way. They're on TicketBud. And again, it looks like we have Airsoft R Us Tactical is going to be out there, which is really cool. So to have them out there again. So definitely check that event out. And then let's see, what else do we have going on here? Oh, I did not want to go to that event. Why does it keep? Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, that could be it. It doesn't load all the events, huh? Let's see, who just joined? Oh, it just shows that Andrew joined. All right, so then for all you guys who are looking for the next Third Coast event, they have Operation Sirius Viking, which is happening in Darlington, South Carolina, and that is September 16th through the 18th. I will not be there. Either my wife will be giving birth to our 5th little girl, or I will be out in Wisconsin for something for work. So that kind of plays into it a little bit. And like I said, this is going to be out at Darlington, South Carolina. Everything that you need to see right now is on the event posting, and when we upload this to Facebook, we'll make sure we put that stuff on there as well. See, for some reason the link in the event does not take you to the ticket window per se. So, and it doesn't look like the links are working right now, so might have to send a message out to Justin and let him know. But again, we have that event going on too, which looks like it's going to be another amazing event out there. Another event that's going on, we go into October, and we have on October 14th through the 16th, we have Behind Enemy Lines. Looks like 4, City Under Siege. And this is going to be at Hellhounds Airsoft. This field is located, for anybody that wants to head out there, excuse me, this field is located in Tennessee, in Portland, Tennessee. And again, everything I've seen about this field online, the pictures, the way the field's set up, it's going to be another cool event. Falcon Kydex will be helping sponsor that event. We're going to send, again, our player cert packs out there, so that way people who are at that raffle can win. So, hey, it's always a good thing. So as we see, we have a lot of events going on. We've got events all over the region, and all I can say is make sure you get out and try to support your local airsoft fields as well. I know it's fun to hit those big events put on by the big production companies, but definitely try to get out to the little guys field, to the rec games, to the walk-ons, because, in all honesty, when we're sitting here wanting to sling plastic and you're waiting for the next big op to happen, it's your local field that's supporting our habit. So definitely get out to your local fields. Definitely check them out and get in and get some gameplay in. Definitely get out there and support the local fields, because, before all these big production companies came along, it was pretty much just Lion Claw was the really big one, and then Black Sheep came along. But it's those local fields who try to put on the events to get you guys come out. And like I said, not everybody can afford $85, $95, $100, whatever dollars it is for the event. And these local fields try to put on events for you guys, and they may not have the budgets for all the pyro and things like that you guys see. However, they try to put on a really stellar event so that way they can stay open. So go out and support them and have a good time. So now, something awesome came in the mail yesterday for me. My battle box came whoa, what's underneath? Nothing. Okay. So after all last month, and we saw the basic box that I got, which is a $24.99 plus shipping, so it comes to roughly like $30, $34 with shipping. I got some really cool stuff in there. It was a solo camping box. It was really cool. It had some good gear in it that I will definitely use. I can put that in a bug out bag or into a survival box or whatever. So I was really impressed. So about 5-10 days after I got it, I turned around and upgraded my box to advanced, to the next membership up. So in the July box, It is called the Mission 17. It's called the Firebox. So in the basic $24.99, which is what we pay, you get like a $57, almost $58 in value of stuff what you get. So you're gonna get live fire gear survival kit, zombie tinder gel gin tin, Dragonfire tinderbox extreme pouch, pocket bellow waterproof fire starting kits, and a battle box guitar pick flammable celluloid ×2, and those were free in the box. So for all that, you know, I'll just go down, you know, you're talking $14, $7, $12, and $25, and the basic box was $25. So you know, walking away with double that. If not, I mean, it's almost $60. Well, I went and got the advanced box, and what it costs is $49.99, but my value is $102, $101.83. So we round up because that's how they do it. So $101. I got a Zombie Tinder Pioneer Char Tin, and I got a Blaze Defense System Cold Fire Defense DBS 20 Fluid Mini Suppressor. That Zombie Tinder kit was $25 by itself, and the Blaze Defense was $18.95, so we'll just take that to $19. So here's the card, the Zombie Fire card. I think you guys can see it. If you can't, you can go to battlebox.com, I believe it is, and you are able to click on this month's mission, as they call them, and see what's in here. Now, the Pro Series, which is $100, they have what's called a Fire Cone Carbon Steel Tunable Alcohol Instant Fire Starter. That's a $50 value. You have Utility Flame Gel Fuel Pouch. You get that for free. And then you get a UST Blast Match, which is $24.95, so $25. So in that one alone, you just picked up $75 in additional value. And that package, its value, because you in the Pro, you get the basic and the advanced all together, plus the extra items with the Pro Edition, $176.77, so $177. Not bad for paying $100. And then the Pro Plus, which is like the top tier stuff, so you get everything in the first 3 levels above it, but then you also get an Ontario Knife Company Rat 3 with Tech Lock and nylon sheet, which has a $95 value, and that package, the Pro Plus for membership is $150, but the overall value of everything that comes in the box is $271.77. So $272, we just round up. Not bad at all. You know, there's some information on the back, which is cool, for July, but this is the fire starter kit. So if you went to BattleBox right now and you looked at Mission 17, this is what you'd see. Now, they do have a shipping window between the 4th and the 9th. They set mine out on the 8th. I got it on Saturday on the 9th, so pretty good shipping. So the first thing I want to show, which is just really cool, which is called a Dragonfire Tinderbox. And this is really cool. What is in here is there is tinder, dry, and it is sealed. And it's, you know, you can turn around, you can Ziploc it closed when you're done. Hey, Dana. And there's really cool, you know, simple to read instructions on the back. Tells you what to do. But basically what you're doing here is you're removing dry tinder out of here. So we all know that when everything is wet outside, unless you're carrying around a bottle of gas with you, it's very hard to light our campfires. Very hard. And it's very hard sometimes to find dry tinder. This right here is a pack of it. So it's sealable. You have it, you're ready to go. You can take out the amount you need and boom, you're good to go. And you know, I'm actually really impressed with this. This I can see me throwing in my survival box just because it's, you know, it has its place. So if we have to bug out somewhere and we have to stop somewhere for the night and set up camp, I've got dry tinder to start a little fire so we can either cook or dry out clothes or whatever we need to do. So not bad. In the box, I got this cool little Keep Hunting carbon TV. It's like Antlers, skull, decal. I'll probably not put it on my car. I mean, it's cool for those that hunt and stuff like that. So again, you know, it's there for those people. Hang on, guys, 1 second. Let me actually get to the page so I can see what you're doing. Justin's going crazy. All right, so where? Okay, here we go. Falcon Fly By. Go. Let me go in. Oh. That way I can see all your guys' comments instead of trying to read them off the... Alright, here we go. So, I know Dana had posted something. And Dana just stopped in to say, "What's up, brother? My data is lagging." Oh, I understand. I understand. No issues there. So the next thing up here is this Pocket Bellows waterproof bellows based wet and dry weather fire starter. So what we have in here is, I haven't opened this up yet. Compressed and focused oxygen. Extra oxygen equals extra heat. Extra heat equals rolling fire from weather soaked firewood. Neat little instructions on the back, and I will definitely have to take this out and see what this does. But again, the box is called Fire Box, so it looks like we have a little collapsible way to blow into the fire. You have a fire starter. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting there. A little bit of flint and steel here, that's always a good thing. So, and then it looks like these are, they call them Baddest Bee fire fuses. So here's your fuse to start your fire. So again, pretty cool. You know, again, nice little kit to put in your pack if you're going backpacking, or you just going camping and you want the extra, stuff for your, for starting fires, or you are going, saying, out into the mountains. Always good to have this stuff. I would recommend this little kit, the way it's set up. It's amazing. You pull it out of the tube and it comes all out, but you try to put it back in here and it just wants to fight you. So let's try this now. There we go. So again, another little piece of cool kit that you could either throw in your survival box or into one of your bags. You know, if you're going backpacking or whatnot, going out camping, not a bad thing to have. Got people talking to me. Oh, yes, sometimes I feel challenged. Not surprising. The next thing we have here is that Zombie Tinder Pioneer Char Tin. And the kit includes Premier Hand Forged Striker, oil, gin, cotton, 3-ounce push top tin, natural flint, and 6-inch jade twine. So a nice little kit. Comes in a nice little tin. It is wrapped with a black rubber band, so that way it doesn't pop open. There is instructions, which, you know, guys, hey, we don't read that shit. Flint and steel, baby. Flint and steel. So, yeah. Definitely something I am going to have to read on how to use, so I use it properly, because I don't want to, one, burn my face off, and two, if I'm going to carry it, I might as well learn how to use it. So, again, not a bad thing to have. And then here is the Zombie Tinder Jelly Gin Cotton Tin. So what I'm thinking this is remember last month I showed you that thing of fire starters. You could light one or you could light the whole thing, put the tin right underneath. And I'm Extreme Fire Tinder for Sustainable Fire, made in the USA. So hey, This one doesn't just pop open like the other one did. You do have to unscrew it loose, and you can take out where you got the amount you need. So you know you're not using too much or too little. So again, not bad. Again, gonna have to use it, see how it works. So here are the flammable battle box guitar picks. So you're out there, you're playing your guitar, dinger, 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 singing about, I don't know, whatever you sing about at a campfire. And the fire goes out. You're like, here, just burn this. Boom. Instant fire starter. What else do we have in here? Because they always put coupons in here. So, Blaze Defense Systems. Let's go over this. So this is Blaze Defense. It is, obviously, fire suppression. They tell you don't use this on electrical fires. But again, it is a good thing to have with you for backpacking or any sort of camping. So they included a little business card in here. One of their things is they have free shipping on orders over $50 using Priority Mail United States Postal Service and use the code BATTLEBOX. You can shop now at www.shop.blazedefensesystems.com, and Justin Partridge is the sales and product development individual who got a hold of me or put this in the box. So again, free shipping, not bad. I mean, how many of us really truly carry fire defense kits with them in their bags when they go backpacking or camping? But again, not a bad thing to have. I'm thinking probably one-time use. I don't see this lasting more than one use, but it is a foam fire suppression device. Uses a never mind. It uses their own special blend. Can tell you it's Sunday, and it lists the chemicals that it's used, but they do tell you not to use this on electrical fires. So camping only, guys. For the zombie tinder, you can go to zombietimber.com, 35% off when you use the promo code BATTLEBOX. So, you know, check them out. Definitely something to see here. And then what did I get here? So I got this neat little thing called Live Fire, Emergency Fire Starter Original. And it's sealed. So we're not going to open it until we need it, but this looks like inside there might be some sort of flint and steel with something in here to light, and you're going to slide it into their fire, and it's all contained within this tin. But it is called Live Fire. So again, another good thing to have in your little emergency kit. So, and they do have a 40% off promo code, which is SUBBOX. It looks like they have a couple different products. They have this thing called a Ring of Fire, which looks like fire cord, which is probably some sort of burning fuse that you can use. The Live Fire kits, which look like they come in a dual or a single pack, and then they also have a flint and steel setup. You can go to their website at livefiregear.com, and so they're the manufacturers of revolutionary waterproof fire starters. So have to check them out online. Again, their website is livefiregear.com. So overall, not a bad box at all this time around. Again, a lot of this I could see being put into, you know, my survival box, just because if you're out there and shit hits the fan, you're gonna need stuff to keep warm or dry clothes or things of that nature. Set up a signal fire to let people know where you're at if that's what your intention is. So a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of stuff that if you know you're hiking in the mountains or whatnot, or you're backpacking, some good stuff to have with you. Really light. It's small, so it's not gonna take up a whole lot of room. So, like I said, overall, not a bad box this month. I have looked back at other months since other missions, as they call them, and I've seen a few that have you know, got my attention that I might later on purchase. So all in all, not a bad battle box this time around. So it'll go good. Like I said, it'll go good with the last one we got last month, or the introductory box, which is Mission 1.2. You always get that one first. So when you sign up, that's the box you get. And I believe there's probably, I think they call that the solo camper. So if you went in there for the advanced, you'd probably get a couple other things. They do have that one online if you look for it. You know, and I think the Pro Plus edition with that box came with a single man tent. So again, you know, the gear that's coming in here, it's not bad stuff at all. It's all American made. All the companies where this stuff comes from is right here in the US. So if you decide to go out, you use it, you like the product, you know, you hit them right back up, you know, go right to the manufacturer, you know, to the place that sent it to you. Let them know, say, hey, we tried your gear, it came in one of our battle boxes, and now we want to order more. I know when I showed those really cool tent stakes, I'm actually getting ready to order a set of 12 of those, just because I want to replace all the crappy tent stakes that I have currently, and it'll just make sense to have a quality product here in the U.S. and that's made here in the U.S. And why not support another U.S. business, probably small business, and give them some love. So definitely a good box this month. Can't wait for August. You know, when you know these are being shipped, the time frame that they have for shipping them out, you get excited. You're like, oh, I can't wait for this. This is going to be awesome. And so August's box, I believe, is just going to be even better. So like I said, the last two boxes really based around camping. So, you know, who knows? Maybe the next box will be more tactical gear orientated or shooter orientated. So we're definitely going to be sticking with Battle Box. Definitely a good way to go if you want to try out some new products and you don't want to spend a lot of money for it. But you just want to try them out before you do spend lots of money on them. A good way to do that here. So go to battlebox.com. No, I don't get anything for free from them. I don't get paid to do these openings and things like that. I pay for them just like any other customer, but I feel, hey, if someone's on the fence about being a Battle Box customer or member, best way to show them what they have is do these little unboxings. So yes, definitely a good box. I am looking at other ones. I'm looking at I think it's like Ops Gear. There's an Alpha box that's out there as well. You know, there's a few other ones that are really out there that have some really great gear in it. So, but we're definitely going to continue to stick with Battle Box for the time being as well. I don't see me getting rid of my membership or canceling this at all. So again, not a bad box. So we all have this little segment that I have here called Doc's Rant, and last episode I kind of went off on the whole racial thing that was going on, and you know, there's a group of individuals that are saying that white people should check their white privilege and that we owe Black Americans or African Americans, we owe them some sort of restitution due to slavery. We owe them some sort of, you know, whatever they want to call it for slavery. And so I went on a little bit of a rant. My wife said I was very loud, so during that rant, and you know, I dropped some fact. I dropped some knowledge about who the first one of the first black slave owners, and how that individual had owned 4 white slaves when he purchased his first group of 5 slaves, and 4 of them were white. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. Now we see this thing in the news now, and you guys have seen it, you know, with the Dallas shootings. That was just horrific. It's, you know, they're out there, they're protecting and serving the community, and they're protecting the protests, the very same protesters that are against, you know, police and, you know, sliver factions of Black Lives Matter going out there and saying, oh, we're doing a purge on all police officers, and people making their comments about, oh, I want to shake that person's hand that shot those cops and things of that nature. These guys were providing security and safety for the protesters because they knew there was anti-protest going on as well. And so, they provided that protection. They were coming back. Witnesses that were in that protest, because it was a peaceful protest, they are protected under the First Amendment to say what's on their mind and speak their mind and protest peacefully. Said that the police were very cordial, very professional, and there were actually conversations going on between the protesters and police that were very respectful, very friendly, very, very courteous to one another. And then we get our Attorney General, we get the presumptive Democrat nominee for president, and we get our own president of the United States coming out and saying these things that, we should walk a mile in an African-American shoes, and we should do this, and we should do that. And then they made they were getting their very, you call them what you will, but they were, again, their gun-grabbing speeches and, these weapons. And, I think the mayor of Dallas really said it best, that, we need to come together. This stuff needs to stop. And then I believe it was the mayor in Atlanta who, with all the protesters that came out, I think it was like Sunday night or Saturday night, came out and decided they were going to block, or was it? No, it was the day after. They came out and decided they wanted to block all the highway, 75, 85 connector, and thought that was a great idea. And that's not how you protest peacefully. You're breaking the law. There's probably several laws you're breaking, but that still doesn't give any validity to your movement, if that's what you want to call it. Your own founder and co-founder have yet to come out and speak out against this type of action. That a member of the BLM movement came out, and the suspect even said he was a Black Lives Matter supporter. And so, it's very disturbing in the times we have. After this shooting, the following day, there was 2 cops in Atlanta shot. There was a cop in Missouri that was ambushed at a traffic stop. There was another police officer shot outside of St. Louis, I believe it was. I'm letting you know now, you don't add any validity to your argument or going towards criminal justice reform. And I'll tell you right now, as a criminal justice major, I hold a master's in criminal justice. I really see, and I've studied the issues with the criminal justice system that is out there. However, though, you can't blame all your problems on the police. And I was talking about this with a few other people. You don't see Black Lives Matter rolling into downtown LA and downtown Chicago protesting the black on black crime that happens on a daily basis, where black on black are getting shot and killed every single day in high numbers. And what really gets me is the only time that Black Lives Matter seems to open their mouth and want to protest or wants to all of a sudden have this movement to say is when it's involved with a police shooting of a black individual. And I'll tell you right now, any shooting is horrible. And this is coming from a son of a retired law enforcement officer. It's horrid. They don't go to work with that mindset. That's untrue. And if anybody ever tells you from any anti-cop movement that, oh yeah, they go out there, they're racist against us and these people. No, actually they're not. I mean, granted, there are a few bad apples, and we all know the saying that a few bad apples can spoil the whole bunch. But there are legitimately cops out there who are truly 100% dedicated. When they come out of the academy, they're in that frame of mind where they want to make the community better, where they serve, where they walk that beat or drive that patrol car and come out and help those people. They want to make the community better. But now we have a lot of anti-police rhetoric going around. You got Hollywood, Anthony James or whatever his name from Grey's Anatomy. I mean, that piece of shit, honestly. He helped stir the fire, and the blood of these Dallas police officers and the Dart officer that was killed as well, and the other officers that have been shot after that incident are on your hands just as well. And I understand people get frustrated with police. Police get frustrated with the populace. You know, it is a very unthankful job that police officers do. And you know, you can look at it however you want to, but if you're not causing any problems and you get pulled over, you know, I see a lot of these videos on YouTube. Oh, am I being detained? Am I being detained? You know what? Don't be a jackass. Because 9 times out of 10, and this has been my personal experience, 9 times out of 10, and it doesn't matter the color of your skin, 9 times out of 10, that officer walks up and you're not being a jackass and you haven't done anything outrageous, like 20 over the speed limit, 9 times out of 10, all he's going to do, ask for your license and registration, go back, run it, and if you come back with no warrants and nothing on your name, he's going to give that back to you, and he's going to say, you know what, sir, ma'am, just slow down, or hey, can you get this taillight fixed? Have a good day. These cops are, believe it or not, and I know it's hard for the liberal media and for Black Lives Matter activists and whoever else, for them to understand that these police officers are not going out every day with the thought in their mind that they're going to go out and just shoot a bunch of black people. That is not their intent, never has been, never will be. And that's what the problem is now we have this belief that cops are just after everybody. They're out to cause a problem. And then you hear the excuse, well, white people, no, do your research. I hate to tell you, Ben Shapiro has already pulled this research. He's already crushed Black Life Movement individuals, or BLM individuals, and the proof is out there on the internet. He's already blown them away because they can't respond back. They have no facts. That's where they die in their movement. They have no facts. They just go out, they get pissed off when there's an officer, doesn't matter what color the officer is, and a black guy gets shot. Because every day in this country, I guarantee you, there's a white person being shot. But you don't see the news media jump up in arms over that. You don't see us having white lives matter. I mean, we could easily form that as well. It's no different racially than Black Lives Matter, or Brown Lives Matter, or Tan Lives Matter, or Yellow Lives Matter, or Red Lives Matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. All lives matter. And I will tell you this, to the Black Lives Matter founders, if you happen just to peer upon this video, oh well if you feel that it's racist that we're hashtagging all lives matter, because they do. All humans matter. You have a hard time understanding that you're not the only race that has suffered some sort of injustice throughout their history. Yeah, the Native Americans dealt with it, but again, it's been proven that the Native Americans were killing each other off just as fast as anybody else could. Do some research. But again, if you feel that the protest, you want to roll out in the middle of a highway, if you've ever played the Atari game Frogger, you're going to end up splattered on the road because people are getting tired of you stopping their travel, their safe, 100% legal travel to wherever they're going to or coming back from. I was very surprised that I didn't see people get ran over when I watched that video of people in Atlanta blocking the 75-85 connector. I really was. And I'll tell you what, I'm really not surprised that somebody that was a concealed carry holder didn't open their window and pop off a couple shots to make them disperse. The police just sat there and formed a line when the police should have been arresting every single one of them. You go out in the middle of a highway to protest, you're breaking the law. You put no validity into your message, your movement. You can be pissed off as hell about the shootings that have taken place. And you know what? I'm not going to jump to conclusions until I can see definitive evidence. I want to see more videos. I want to see more of what happened. The shooting that took place in Minnesota, we don't have the full story, and here's why. She only started taping right after the individual got shot. So we have no idea leading up to that point what took place. Now, I haven't checked social media because that's where everybody right away posts the other angle of the video when there's supposedly only one video. But I haven't seen the other side. If that cop was wearing a body cam, that would have picked that whole incident up. We've got to stop jumping to the race card because that's all that's being played right now. And Black Lives Matter, that's what they want. They want the race card to be played, and here's why. Civil unrest, martial law, they got what they want. They really do. And again, I'm not trying to tinfoil, I'm not pulling out conspiracy theories, but everywhere Black Lives Matters go, they cause a civil disturbance. Except, and I will recant that a little bit, except from what I saw in Dallas. Because there's video of that protest happening. And yeah, you may not like what they're saying, but again, under the First Amendment, they're perfectly 100% protected, and they have the right to say that. I may not agree with it, you may not agree with it, but you know what? That's how they feel right now. And that's what they're going forward with. To change that rhetoric, the leaders, the co-founders of Black Lives Matter has to come out and tell their followers, their group members, hey, look, that's not how we want to portray us. That's not the message we want to send. Yes, there's an injustice for this. Yes, we want to stand up against police brutality. However, going out and saying kill cops, or roll them in bacon or fry them up or whatever they were saying, that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to get this done. So, as I say, hashtag Black Lives Matters, I really believe in that. Because you can jump up in arms and bitch and scream and moan about a cop shooting somebody, a black individual, but you won't jump up and scream and holler and get up in arms and cause disturbances in Chicago. Since this has been going on, I have not seen one protest from Black Lives Matters in Chicago that has stopped traffic due to black-on-black crime. Black on black. Why don't you look at the statistics every weekend showing how many homicides are in Michigan, and then break it down a little further and look for that black on black. That's what you honestly should be working on. You want to get rid of the stereotypes. You want to get rid of the police brutality. You want to get rid of the whole issue with Black Lives Matters and white cops or cops in general shooting black people. Get rid of the thugs that are in the inner cities. And I bet you, the crime level will drop. The number of black-on-black crime and black-on-black homicides will drop. I bet the cops, because in those areas, you're right, they are hyper-vigilant. They are hyper-alert. Going into those areas, wondering if they're going to make it out alive, I bet they calm down a little bit more. And I bet they're a lot more friendly because they won't be on edge so much. Instead of being ignorant, because I've seen the videos you record of police thinking you've got something and you have absolutely nothing, and I'm listening to the voice on the other side of the camera and you're talking like an ignorant ass. That's not how you fix this problem. That just makes it worse. You think these cops don't look at you and say, you know what, now when I get back to the station or I get back in my car, I'm going to start pulling up mugshots and see what I can find. Just something to think about. I mean, the more you act ignorant toward police, the less respect you're going to get from the police. And if you want respect, you've got to give it back. These men and women, they have no idea what your daily life is about. But I bet if you were to sit down across from them and have a respectful conversation, and it goes both ways, have a respectful conversation and come out with some potential solutions to problems instead of bitching and being ignorant and cussing and swearing and whatever else, I bet you would have a much better relationship with the local police department. I'm just throwing it out there, you know. I look at it, I listen to you talk on the news, you post all your stuff all over YouTube, so it's easy to see how ignorant you actually are. But yet you blame it on society, you blame it on everybody else but yourself because you refuse to, like I've said this before, to take responsibility for your own actions. So, just something to think about. You decide if you want to take a little bit of advice. Some people take what they want out of it and departmentalize it inside their minds. Maybe it makes them a better person. Maybe they reach out and say, you know, Doc's got a point there. I don't know everything. I will never, ever tell anybody that I know. No reason for this continuous racism and race baiting that we see from our higher ups here in the government. None. Not one bit at all. All it is to stir problems. And the only way to fix the problems is to come together. And I would have no problem inviting somebody in my house that says, you know, I have a problem with this. Okay, let's sit down and discuss it. Because we've already nailed the first step. First step is admitting there is a problem. And then let's sit down and see how we can fix it. Because racism is a taught behavior. It's not a natural instinct. It's a taught, learned behavior. And kids pick this stuff up all the time. TV, movies, music, parents, guardians, who's ever raising them, it's a taught and learned behavior. It's not something they're born with. Believe it or not, people are born with compassion. They're not born with hatred. Hatred is taught. Think about that for a minute. So, all right, we had a good Doc's or Falcon Flyby, and we're sitting here looking at 8:58. There is no Game of Thrones. We gotta wait till April 9th, or probably even longer now, since they are having gloomy weather where they filmed this at, so pushed it back some more. I don't know. Or sunny weather where they need gloomy weather, but we talked about all the events coming up. We broke the news that we had Lower the Price and Operation Black Dagger. So definitely check that out. We got some amazing airsoft events coming up. We did our unboxing of the July Battle Box, Mission 17 Firebox. A lot of good gear in here. Check them out online at battlebox.com. And then we had a discussion. It wasn't a rant this time. It was more of a discussion. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody that watches the video once we get them posted up online. Definitely be able to hit us up on Facebook. You can find us on the Falcon Flyby. You can go ahead and Google search it. You can ask to join. We do approve all the members we have on our page, but we do it rather quickly. So if you want to hit us up, check that out. And who just joined? Amy joined. This is the first time I think I've seen Amy as one of our people actually into the chat there. So, one of the things that we like to do is get this out on different social media platforms. So we do have Facebook. You will see this posted to the Falcon Kydex Facebook page, but we give it its own subcategory for the Falcon Flyby. So you can say, oh, I just want to look at this category. We do have videos that we put in there that's under Falcon Kydex Tech, which is our, live draw test, live from the shop type things. So you can check those out too. We got some old videos. There's some drone videos on back when I had a AR Parrot 2 drone. Nothing real fancy or anything like that. So check us out there. You can check us out on Facebook, like I said, the Falcon Flyby. You can also check out Falcon Kydex Tech on Facebook. You can catch us on Instagram at Falcon Kydex Tech. You can catch us on Twitter at Falcon Kydex Tech. We don't use Twitter a whole lot anymore because we don't mess with Periscope anymore. So that's another route you can go. And then on YouTube, like I said, we always try to aim for 100 views and try to get 2 to 3 new subscribers. So it usually takes us about a day. We get the video uploaded tonight on YouTube, and then we add in all our descriptions and links to all the different things we talked about. So we'll definitely have that in there as well. So this is Doc for the Falcon Flyby, and I want to say thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again next Sunday, which will be, let me see here, next Sunday, well, that just didn't work the way I wanted it to. Well, anyways, I will see you next Sunday, same bat channel, same bat time. And not quite sure what we're going to discuss next Sunday, but I do know this Wednesday, July 13th, we do have a live Q&A session for Operation Black Dagger. So any questions you guys can think of for me to ask to the field owner for this new venue, please feel free to do so. I'm going to go over the rules a little bit more. We'll talk about uniforms. If anybody has any questions about that, we can talk about the medic rules. We're gonna break down some more of the things going on for Operation Black Dagger. We've revamped our missions a little bit, got things rolling. Some of you guys might hate me, some of you guys might love me when I tell you that one of our objectives will be on the far back corner of the field, and you have to bring it all the way back up to HQ to get the points for it. But hey, that's what makes Milsim events fun, is trying to get those objectives completed. So again, this is Doc for the Falcon Flyby, Falcon Kydex Tech, and Falcon Battle Systems LLC saying have a great night, have an amazing week, stay safe out there, keep your head on a swivel, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Take care.